Now, this might sound like a dog lover's ultimate nightmare scenario, forced to choose between two of the world's most lovable goofballs. It's like asking if you'd rather have pizza or ice cream for the rest of your life. Both the Boston Terrier and the Beagle have charm levels set to maximum. But if you're wondering which one is going to bring the most playful energy into your living room, stick closest to you on the couch, and make you laugh until you're gasping for breath, let's break this down. First up, playfulness. The Boston Terrier has the energy of a kid on a sugar rush and the comedic timing of a late-night talk show host. They're always looking for the next game, the next squeaky toy, or the next opportunity to zoom around your living room like they've been shot out of a cannon. What makes the Boston's playfulness so special is their clown-like personality. They have these big expressive eyes that seem to say, "Are you watching me? Because I'm about to do something hilarious?" And then they do. Over and over again. Their play often involves short, explosive bursts. They'll race in circles, pounce on toys, then suddenly flop down and look at you like, "What's next?" You'll never feel bored with a Boston in the house. They thrive on human interaction and love being part of whatever fun you've got going on. Now, Beagles are no slouches in the play department. In fact, if playfulness had a hall of fame, they'd be charter members, but their style is different. Beagles were bred as scent hounds. Their version of play is less about clowning around and more about sniffing, tracking, and exploring. Their nose runs the show. Give a Beagle a backyard or a park, and they'll turn it into their own personal treasure hunt. They love playing scent games, chasing toys, especially if they're thrown into tall grass, and going on adventures. You won't find them performing acrobatic zoomies quite like a Boston, but you will see them tail up, nose down, happily investigating every leaf, stick, and blade of grass in sight. If you want a dog that keeps you on your toes indoors, gets the zoomies out of nowhere, and loves structured playtime, the Boston Terrier is your pick. If you want a dog that treats every walk like an expedition and keeps you moving, the Beagle is your explorer-in-chief. Next, let's sniff out the loyalty factor. Boston Terriers are the definition of Velcro dogs. They don't just follow you, they shadow you. If you get up to grab a snack, there's a Boston right at your heels hoping for a bite. Going to the bathroom? Congratulations, you now have company. They have a strong desire to be with their family at all times. They bond deeply and are known to sense their owner's moods, offering gentle comfort when you're feeling down or celebrating right along with you when you're excited. This constant companionship isn't just sweet, it's a lifestyle. You'll never feel alone again, whether you like it or not. Beagles, on the other hand, do love their people, they're affectionate, and enjoy snuggling on the couch after a long day of adventures. But, and this is a big but, they are independent thinkers. Their loyalty sometimes takes a back seat to their nose. A Beagle loves you, absolutely. But if a delicious smell wafts across the yard, that loyalty is temporarily forgotten. The nose calls the shots. Call a Boston Terrier and they'll come sprinting, practically tripping over themselves to get to you. Call a Beagle and you might get a casual glance, if you're lucky, before they continue investigating that mysterious patch of dirt. So, if unwavering, always there for you loyalty is at the top of your wish list, the Boston Terrier is your champion. If you're okay with an independent streak and a few Houdini-level escapes, the Beagle might still win your heart. Now let's talk about overall fun. Fun is subjective, of course, but we can all agree it's a mix of energy, humor, affection, and shared activities. Boston Terriers are versatile fun machines. You can have a high-energy play session 1 minute and a Netflix cuddle marathon the next. Their sense of humor and love for interaction means they often do silly things just to get a laugh. They'll wear silly costumes, learn goofy tricks, and happily entertain a whole room of guests. Plus, their moderate exercise needs mean they can enjoy an active life without demanding marathon-level activities. A few energetic bursts a day, some games of fetch, and they're good. Beagles bring a different kind of fun. Think of them as your personal field trip buddy. They encourage you to get outside, explore new parks, and let them show you the world through their endlessly curious nose. They can keep going and going and going. If you're outdoorsy or love adventures, you'll never find a better hiking pal than a Beagle. They can sniff for hours and consider that a good time. However, if you leave them bored, they'll make their own fun. And by fun, I mean shredding the trash, digging holes in the yard, or howling an opera at 3 a.m. In short, Boston Terriers are all about shared fun with you, while Beagles often create their own fun and invite you along for the ride, whether you want to join or not. Training is another important piece of the fun puzzle. Boston Terriers are generally eager to please. They're intelligent and respond well to positive reinforcement, making them relatively easy to train as long as you keep things interesting and rewarding. Beagles. Well, Beagles are smart, no doubt. But they're also known for being stubborn and easily distracted. Their nose can override all training in an instant. Want to recall your Beagle from across the park? Better bring roast chicken and a miracle. Apartment or yard? Let's break it down. Boston Terriers adapt beautifully to apartment life. They're small, compact, and don't need a huge yard to be happy. They do need exercise and mental stimulation, but their moderate needs fit most lifestyles. Beagles, on the other hand, are better suited to homes with secure yards. They're notorious escape artists. If there's a weak fence panel, they'll find it. Beagles also have a distinct voice. If you enjoy peace and quiet, you might want to think twice. Beagles love to express themselves, often loudly and often for extended periods. Boston Terriers can bark, but they're generally quieter and more content to chill once they've burned off some energy. How about grooming and maintenance? Both breeds are pretty low maintenance in the grooming department. Short coats mean less brushing and minimal shedding compared to heavy-coated breeds. However, Boston Terriers do have that signature short snout, which can come with some breathing challenges. You might hear snorts and snuffles, especially in hot weather. It's part of their charm, but something to be aware of. Beagles don't usually have breathing issues, but their big, floppy ears need regular cleaning to avoid infections. And let's not forget health and lifespan. Boston Terriers live, on average, 11 to 13 years. They're generally healthy, but prone to eye issues, breathing problems due to their short noses, and the occasional stubborn stomach. Beagles typically live 12 to 15 years. They're generally robust, but can struggle with obesity if not kept active and properly fed. Their love for food is legendary. They'll eat anything that fits in their mouth, and some things that don't. Cost-wise, both breeds are relatively similar. Be prepared for vet visits, quality food, toys, and the inevitable emergency, he ate something he shouldn't have trips. If you have kids or other pets, both breeds score high. Boston Terriers are famously gentle and patient, great with children and other animals. Beagles also love company, but their enthusiasm can sometimes be a bit much for very small children or more timid pets. So let's answer the big question: who's more playful, loyal, and fun? For pure indoor silliness, clownish antics, and constant companionship, the Boston Terrier takes first place. For outdoor adventures, endless sniffing expeditions, and a nose that could rival any private investigator, the Beagle wins that round. When it comes to loyalty, Boston Terriers are the clear winners. They'll follow you anywhere, even if it's just to check on you in the bathroom. In the end, it all comes down to your lifestyle. Want a small dog who's half stand-up comedian, half cuddle buddy? Boston Terrier? Prefer a curious explorer who might single-handedly map out your entire neighborhood's scents? Beagle. But one thing is absolutely certain: life is always better with a Boston. Thanks for hanging out for this Ultimate Showdown. Be sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe for more Boston Terrier insights, and let me know in the comments which team you're on, Team Boston or Team Beagle. See you next time, and give your furry friend an extra treat for me today.